Hi folks, I'm so sorry for my absence over the last few days, but like I warned you one or two videos ago, things are happening in my life. Big changes, some travel, health, you name it, even a possible move. I'll know within the next few days whether my cottage has been sold or not. So it is cleaning, teaching, up and down to my neighboring town to get paperwork done, bank accounts sorted, eyes tested, dental work, car fixed, etc., etc. But anyway, you guys are not here for my personal news and business, but to learn about the royals. So let's get right into it. Today's video will again be a Gossip 101 type of video and will just consist of my opinion on a number of things currently in the news. Like I said, just my opinion on it. So first things first, I'm sure most of you know about what is happening in Afghanistan, and I'm not here to talk about that. But I heard this morning that there are a few South Africans currently stuck in Afghanistan, so I am following the news reports like I'm sure many of you are. What I do want to talk about is Prince Harry's message, in which he says that fellow Afghan veterans should reach out to each other and offer support. Guys, is it just me, or can you also hear the echo of the hollowness of his words? Wouldn't it be better for him just to shut up? Isn't he the guy who abandoned his military appointments for fame in LA? A man who was gifted a very important title and role by his grandfather, namely Captain General of the Royal Marines, a position Prince Philip held for 64 years. Yet Harry abandoned it after 2. Harry also ultimately abandoned his role as Honorary Air Commandant of RAF Honington and Commodore-in-Chief, Small Ships, and was eventually then stripped of these titles and patronages. Now, with a true humanitarian crisis looming, with an international crisis looming, while Harry sits in his 16-bathroom, 9-bedroom mansion juggling his balls, all he can say is, reach out to one another. Reach out. Mr. Plastic Man Harry, reaching out. How? To what? Or whom, Harry? Every time he opens his mouth, all he does is gargle his wife's word salad, which, when read and reread, basically means nothing. Yes, nothing can ever replace boots on the ground. A handshake, a hug, a conversation, maybe even sharing a beer or a pie. And as far as I'm concerned, Harry should hang his head in shame and shut up. And while I'm on the rant, how dare he even use Invictus to bring his message across? What has he done for Invictus over the last 3 years? Never mind, let them do what they want in terms of Invictus. Anyway, Harry also released a statement, I think it was June, after 10 members of the Halo Trust died in an attack at a mine clearance camp. And although one cannot fault him for acknowledging this dreadful incident, again, it is the word salad. The fact that every time he does this, he does so publicly. Why? Is it because he feels it, or is it because he's using it to get his face out, to make yet another headline? So is it really about the veterans? Is it really about the members of the Halo Trust, or is it about Harry for Harry? And while I was doing some reading for this video, I discovered that Harry and Meghan issued a joint statement expressing how heartbroken they are about Haiti and Afghanistan. In the statement released on their Archwell website, they write, It is easy to find ourselves feeling powerless, but we can put our values into action together. As if I was not already ticked off enough, this just pushed me over the edge. No, Meghan, we are not powerless. And if you do not keep your mouth shut for a while, you may still find out just how powerful the public can be and how powerless you are. Our values. What values, I ask you? Meghan's values are not exactly the values anyone should possess, is it? Meghan, whose so-called values exposed her as a fraud, a liar, a scam artist, and someone who has no respect for her father, someone who does not care about her own extended family. And let us not forget about old Harry, whose lack of conscience has him diss his own family and slander them right alongside of the whole of the British nation. I'm sorry, but none of those values are any which I would advocate for. And then, to hit the final nail into the coffin, they want to put their values into action. What action? Are they going to house or provide food and clothing to the people of Haiti, or for any one of those evacuated from Afghanistan? Or will she purely mentor a refugee for 40 minutes and then wipe her hands off the whole debacle? These two make me sick. Okay, let's calm down and move on. So Thomas Markle Jr. made it into the Big Brother house in Australia, and suddenly his Instagram account has become rather active again. Now, firstly, I am really rooting for him. I sincerely hope this is the beginning of some measure of success for him. I read that he signed with an Australian agent, and I really hope this is a beginning of a successful career for him. There will be no better revenge than for him to be successful. I also hope that Thomas Jr. will use this opportunity to speak out and speak the truth. We have been speculating for far too long, and Thomas needs to answer certain questions, one of which is why he said Meghan should not be allowed near children. I heard a story as to why he said this, but it came to me third hand, and I cannot repeat it for legal reasons. But if Thomas Jr. has first-hand knowledge, he should share it, as the children's mental and physical safety comes first and above everything and anything else, as it should. The next thing I want to mention before I leave today, and which sort of goes hand in hand with what I just said, is that I noticed that the royal family website has again been updated. Yes, now after Lilibet has been added to the line of succession, they also finally got around to updating Meghan's profile, which now reads as follows. The Duke and Duchess have two children, Archie Mountbatten-Windsor and Lilibet Mountbatten-Windsor. Although we are yet to see any proof that Lilibet even exists, what bothers me even more are the lies which follow this stupendous statement. It still reads, they are balancing their time between the United Kingdom and North America. Really? Since when? What duties have they performed in the United Kingdom since they left in April 2020? Come on, authors of the royal website, name one. And Harry attending Prince Philip's funeral and the unveiling of the Diana statue does not count. Then, continuing to honour their duty to the Queen, the Commonwealth, and their patronages. Oh, really? They honoured the Queen by going on Oprah and telling 20 lies about the royal family and the British people. If that is the way they honor anyone and everyone, I would rather say no thank you. And then Frogmore Cottage remains their family home. I thought the last of their stuff was removed and placed into storage after Harry left the last time. So how can this still be their family home? I'm so sick of these half-truths and lies. I'm sorry if I offend anyone, but in my opinion, the royal family are now complicit in writing for the world to see in these half-truths and lies, as this website is managed and updated in the United Kingdom by palace staff. So how can anyone argue with me that the royal family are not complicit? But maybe you can. Anyway, folks, that's it from me for now. I have a couple of things I'm still working on, and this coming weekend I will do another part in my Prince Charles series, and hopefully I'll be back soon with some more news and reviews. Until then, please take good care of yourselves. Thank you so much for your support in the comment section, your email, which I'm very far behind on. Thank you for the donations, those of you who've bought me a cup of coffee. I had a few technical difficulties sending out email, but I will hopefully catch up soon enough. But yes, just all around, thank you, thank you, thank you. And now, please take good care of yourselves, your families, your children, until we meet on the next one. Bye.